The Model D and O wired mice are notorious for not being that great of a mouse outside of CPS, often labeled as overrated, but the wireless version of the Model D has shown otherwise and is still coming in at an affordable price of $80. The first thing I noticed was the increase in build quality. The wired version had a pretty bad build quality and I had already broken 2 mice in the past year, but the wireless in-hand feels more well put together with no creaks, mouse button wobble, or no pre and post travel on my switches in my copy. The shape and weight are pretty similar, with both wired versions being 69 grams and 68 grams compared to the wired models. This is pretty impressive considering that they had to get rid of some holes to make the mouse feel more comfortable and added a battery. The weight balancing here is pretty balanced and moving it around felt slightly less than the actual weight, and the stock skates are surprisingly good outside of the box. They glide very smooth and are pretty fast. They don't need to be replaced, and using these might feel too fast for some people, but I feel like tracking games like Minecraft benefit from faster skates. You might have problems with over-aiming if you're not used to these, but adjusting your sense or just getting used to it wouldn't take that long of a time. Something that they kept pretty similar is also the CPS, which is a huge selling point for this mouse. Triple clicks were pretty easy to do and getting high CPS is not a problem. I know this is probably the main reason why most people buy this mouse, but this mouse is pretty good outside of CPS now. I wouldn't buy this for jitter clicking, since upgrading to the KL 8.0 switches made it feel less cheap and more tactile. It also made it harder to jitter click. If you purely want this mouse for only jitter clicking, then I would steer to other options like the Pulsefire Haze. The sensor this comes with is the Debounce sensor, or 3370, which is good for the price point. The battery life is rated for 70 hours, which isn't that good or insane, but it's not terrible. It will last a week with no problems. The coating for this mouse is not good. It doesn't have a super cheap feeling, but it's not grippy at all. If you want to be able to efficiently dry click, the grip tape is kind of a must. Their software was pretty easy to use, being able to change DPI profiles, polling rate, debounce, RGB, and other things. The mouse does not come with low debounce for double clicking outside of the box, so installing the software is a must if you want that. To summarize, the Model Mice have stepped up their game in their wireless models to fully disprove their cheap and not good reputation, while still being able to be competitive at $80. There's no glaring reason why not to buy this mouse for Minecraft, and it is still a good choice to pick for FPS and other games. There are mice like the Monstargear XO V3 and XO at a similar price, but they aren't insanely ahead in other aspects like in the past. Again, my choice of jitter clicking, the Pulsefire Haze, still has not been dethroned by this mouse, but for CPS alone, I think this mouse dominates. That's all I gotta say. Peace.